Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is C on a Mission. These are some of the things I use to keep me mentally healthy. Today, I want to talk about some of the books and just some processes I go through to keep myself healthy mentally, meaning happy or happy as I can be, with utilizing some of the things that we have at our that's available to us. Some of the things that we use to keep ourselves mentally happy and healthy. Most of the people we use our faith or our belief to keep us stable, but also we can also utilize some of the other things around mental health, meaning books. Also, just the way we go on through our day and the outlooks that we take on things that we experience. Here are some of the books that I have that I actually read on a daily basis. Plus, I have some that I listen to on Audible books. This is not sponsored, but I do use Audible books quite a bit. So I wanted to show you a couple, and most people know this author that I do kind of follow, which this is before the digital world. So a lot of the books I have of her are paperback books, but she also has her books on audiobooks too. So one of, or a couple of the books I actually have a soft copy is under the Iyanla Vanzant, which she also has I think she has a show, or she had a show on one of the cable channels. But just as some of the references, or you can go on audiobooks and see what suits you and helps you out. Here are a couple of the books from Iyanla Vanzant that I have read on a daily basis to kind of keep myself focused mentally. They have been helpful, and maybe they'll help you, but it's so many different books out there, whether it's actually paperback like some of the ones I have, or those are on audiobooks that you can listen to. They're also good to like listen to in your car, listen before you go to sleep, but these keep me focused. So I kind of wanted to make a video around mental health with just being focused. And here are two of the books that I have enjoyed from Iyanla Vanzant. One is Every Day I Pray, which is one of her books that I have enjoyed for some time now. Also, I also have her Until Today, which I'm trying to take the focus out of this. Until Today. I also have a couple of her books from audiobooks, which most people know about audiobooks when it comes to just digital world. If you're into the digital world, most books are brought down on audiobooks. So I do have a couple of her books downloaded on audiobooks, and also the ones that I've shown you in paperback can also be brought on audiobooks. Here's another author that I do follow, which I will either take a picture of some of his books I have on audiobooks. Also, I will put it in the description box below, but most of his books I have on audiobooks, and I do have a couple of his CDs. His name is Dr. Wayne Dyer. I use him to keep myself focused. I think his books are great. A lot of them, like is one, and I'll just read a couple of the titles. One is Change Your Thought, Change Your Life is one. These are books that I normally pick up either just before I'm ready to go to sleep to calm myself down, and to get your mind focused for bed, because you don't want a busy mind when you're going to sleep. Otherwise, you don't really sleep peacefully. So I utilize his book just before I'm going to bed, or sometimes when I just want that quiet time. Things that I do utilize is a daily mantra. I use that as to keep myself, another thing to keep myself focused. These are only like kind of focus tips, which you can incorporate and alter or edit the way you see fit. But I do a daily mantra, which I have probably up to 20 items that I constantly repeat over and over. in my mind. You don't have to say it out loud. These are things whenever you're kind of having that free time or you feel stressed that you constantly repeat to yourself. It's almost like when you're doing yoga, they have you do that. These are things that you kind of remind yourself of things that you want to come to reality, in a sense. As one of my daily mantras, and I'll just give you as an example of one of them, is that I intend to attract peace and peaceful people in my life. That is like one of the lines that I constantly say over and over as my daily mantra. I find it kind of relaxes me and puts me in that peaceful spirit and that positivity. When you have those negative things around you, these are the kind of things that can bring you back to focus. Also, here's another tip that might also help someone, is around, more or less, this is around my minimalist. These are things I'm learning, and these are little tips that as I go on with my minimalist journey that I will bring to you as little tips that I'm learning. And that one tip is to detach yourself from physical things. We tend to want to hold on to a lot of our things that we don't need. We put them in containers, we put them in boxes, and then next thing you know, you have items that have been sitting in boxes years on and no one using them. So one of my newly things that I'm starting to learn to do is detach myself from some of the physical items that I tend to hold on to, which is clothes. One of is clothes that I know I will not use anymore, either because they're too big, because I'm in a weight loss journey, or just items I know that are not part of who I am now. I either give them away to family members or I donate them to a church. So those are one of the things that can help you, which kind of clean up, which also, as they say, a clean house is a clean mind. So that's one of the ways you start to either go through a minimalist journey or just mental health. That's one tip that maybe it'll help you. And as I go through and learn new things about me, because I'm always on a mission, hence the name, on a mission, I will pass them on to you. And maybe you can comment below with some of the helpful hints that might work for me, because I'm still learning. Even at 52, getting ready to turn 52 this December, I am on a new journey all the time. I do not want to be stagnant. I want to continue to learn about me and the things I can do better. So this is a journey. Life is a journey. It's always a journey. If you're not on a journey, you're stagnant. So let's continue to learn, whether it's book knowledge, spiritual knowledge, or just worldly knowledge. Let's always continue to learn. And otherwise, I'll talk to you later in the next video. You have a good one. Bye.